Hi, my name is Revi, and wow, it's been a long time. I'll get to the news and why I was gone for so long shortly, but for now I'm just going to say that I'm so glad to be making videos again. So first, I want to say that I'm so sorry for the fact that some of the line art at the very end was lost. For some reason, my camera decided to shut off like the last 5 minutes or so. However, there is footage at the end of the final piece. This piece is done with various alcohol markers on a Moleskine Cahier, and generally I like to work with the lighter color Cahiers because they just take the colors better. I have two sorts of cover art I do for Cahiers, one that is much more minimal, mostly inking with just a bit of color here or there, and then a fully colored sketch like this one. The idea for this drawing was I wanted to draw a warrior or a mercenary at rest and just sort of enjoying the company of like this little plant he cared for, sort of, you know, his conscience, I guess. Anyway, I guess on to the news. So, I'm trying to bring my channel back, but it'll be a while before I'm uploading regularly. I'm still dealing with a lot of disabilities and chronic pain, and the problem with that is that it's going to cause regular updates to be sort of slow until I get a backlog built up. And in that case, sometimes you may get videos out of order every once in a while, but I'm going to try to minimize that. So I'm going to be talking about a lot of things in my voiceovers, and one of those will be that I really want to focus on what it's like to do artistic work with disabilities and chronic pain, along with a focus on self-care and being gentle with yourself. I also have a long list of topics that I want to cover, but I'm very willing to take suggestions for more topics. So if you have a suggestion, just put it in the comments and let me know. In other art news, some of you know that I stream from time to time on Picardo. However, I will be moving to Twitch soon for a couple of reasons. My beloved and I already stream picture-in-picture on Twitch, with her playing games and with me doing fan art. So I think it would be good to have a presence for myself there with my own channel as well as my original art. Several people have asked me to start Twitch, as it is just easier for them to follow me on there than on Picardo. I am currently taking commissions, and we'll have a link to my Facebook page where you can find my commission information. Right now I've got a little bit of a backlog, but I am hoping to take some commissions as soon as I can, and we'll be working as fast as I can on these. I'm also going to be teaching beginners watercolor classes one-on-one with a small number of students, and I'm super excited about it. I cannot wait for this to start. The first class is completely full, and I am just super happy. I might be talked into letting one more person in, I don't know. So, we're to the point where I have to tell you why I was gone so long. There's a lot of reasons. The primary reason was I just wasn't liking the look and feel of my videos. I was recording with an inexpensive webcam, and it just wasn't playing well with my recording software. It's fine to stream with, but gets very pixelated when recording. I'd gotten a cheap camera to film with at one point, but couldn't get it stable with my setup, and I just didn't like how it looked either. Now I've just been using my phones with very little storage, and I didn't think about the fact that I have a phone with good enough storage for videos now, and has a really good video camera on it. So I still don't have a ton of storage, but I have enough to do a half hour at a time, stabilize it, and transfer it. And yes, I have stabilized this video, but my table is a folding card table, and just shakes very badly when I work, so I apologize. I'm hoping to get a better table in the future, but things are rough right now, so it'll be a while before I can make any big improvements. I'll also be getting a thumb drive for my phone, since it doesn't have a place for a memory card, and a few other things to make my videos even better and make things easier on myself, just get set up. Anyway, back to why I was away for so long. When I realized my phone would work for recording these videos, I then had to get a tripod, a phone mount, all that stuff, and the phone mount just took forever to come in, so that was a big part of it. There were other factors to me not being around, but a lot of them were personal and a lot financial, things that I don't really want to go into too much detail on here on YouTube. Anyway, so much has happened since the last video I posted. I don't even know where to start. Obviously, most of the stuff that I mentioned in the last video fell apart, and I am really sorry for that, but things just, like I said, I was unhappy with the quality of my videos, things were really rough, everything was going in a weird direction. Oh yeah, and then I fell in love. So, like, I guess the biggest thing is that my relationship status has completely changed. I'm no longer with Ascari, and I think I mentioned him a little bit before. We'd been together for 11 years, and we're not now. I'm still trying to figure that out. In good news, though, I have the most amazing fiancé in the world. Like, she is beyond wonderful. I love her so much, and she's the best person I've ever known. I'll link her channel on her Twitch below so you can check out her Toho stuff and her streams. I have another bit of huge news that I want to go into, but it's going to have to wait until another video because I can't really give that time that is needed in this video for that piece of news, and it's very personal. So I want to go into a little bit more about the piece itself. When I sat down to work on this piece, I had no idea what I wanted to do. The only idea that I had was that I didn't want any eyes in the picture, and then I knew I wanted to draw a person. Right now you're seeing the succulent on the back, but I promise there's a person on the other side. I ended up sketching both sides while resting because I wasn't feeling very well. My original idea had been to draw a woman for this piece, but I have this issue with how women are portrayed without eyes so often in media and stuff, and it bothers me, so I decided to go with a guy for this since I really didn't want eyes in this piece. And also, I need to draw guys more. I just do. I don't draw them nearly enough. I need the practice. And when it came time to draw the back of the notebook, I didn't want to draw just another person. I'd done a purple notebook and it had women on each side. I didn't want to, go for men on both sides of this one. And I love drawing plants. I hadn't gotten to do that for a long time, so I decided to draw a succulent in a clay pot. Sort of reminds me of the hens and chickens succulents my mom would keep when I was young. There are several places on both sides of this, and you're sort of seeing some of that a few minutes ago, where I deliberately use brush strokes to create texture. It's most apparent in the guy's shirt and in the clay pot. I used to be really obsessed with keeping my marker work as absolutely smooth as possible, but there's some places where texture really helps. And I wanted to just do that, to make them more lively. A lot of this is because I've been watching a lot of Juicy Ink, and she just does these amazing deliberate pen and marker marks, and it's amazing. Another reason is another set of markers I have, which I didn't use for this piece, but they have these special fuzzy brush ends, and they are great for texture. They're somewhere between, I guess, a normal alcohol marker with a little bit of brush marker texture. They're the Spectrum Noir illustrators, and they're just wonderful. I'll be doing some art with those soon on my channel, so you can see what I mean. Now for this piece, I wanted to use several of the same color choices on the front and back to make a cohesive look. I also wanted to make sure I had the lattice work in the top left and on the back, the top left on the back, to balance the weight of the man's body and the lower right on the front cover. So most of the colors used on him were designed to mimic the colors in the succulent, especially his hair. That's why it has the pink tips. So, yeah. If I really had to change anything about this, it would honestly be the way his hair drapes over his right arm. It just really annoys me. It looks like he has way too much hair, and I'm just, definitely not something I wanted in the image, but like I said, I wasn't feeling very well when I made it, so it just sort of happened, and I didn't want to erase too much. I'm trying to get out of the habit of erasing and erasing and erasing. And I've been working a lot with just directly with pen. This was not one of those pieces. My final pieces I tend to put down with a pencil sketch first, but when I do my roughs, I tend to use a lot of pen. But I think if I had not done that hair that way, I would have had a chance to work on his arm, and I think I lost that chance to practice perspective and stuff. My favorite part of this, though, definitely the color choices. I absolutely love how the colors I chose work with the color of the notebook, how they bring the piece to life and still keep it looking sort of soft. And I had a great deal of fun doing this. And yeah, oh, geez, I'm already out of things to talk about. Well, you saw a bit on the back where I was working and just trying to get things to look sort of blended and soft. But I didn't want to overblend, so I worked very, very strategically on how I layered the colors. I wanted some to stand out a bit more than others. And I'm sort of doing the same thing in the front now, where I'm putting down some of the main colors I want to really stand out, and I'll be going back over those in a bit. I guess I can mention some other things that are going on in my life. The immediate thing that comes to mind that we did not have when I did the last video, rather, sorry. I have a new cat. I've had him for a while now, but I got him fairly shortly after the last video. I believe I didn't have him then. Anyway, his name is Cisco, and he is adorable. He is a real pain in the butt, though. He is at that age where he's about 2, so he's running everywhere, having fun, being a menace. And he is just the greatest cat when he is not like, getting in my way and trying to trip me and make me fall on my face. Other news, like I said, we're really tight financially right now. So again, I will mention I am putting up commissions, and if you want a commission, I will get on it as fast as I can, because every little bit of help is necessary right now. Things are tight. But I mean, they're so tight that I haven't been able to have an actual art supply budget, even a minimal one, in months. And it's starting to take a toll. I absolutely love, like, new supplies. They inspire me. They get me trying new things. I have fun with them. Even if it's just a marker or a pencil, it's enough to get me going. And lately I haven't had the money to even do that. So things are, like I said, they're tight. And I'm repeating that over and over again, and I'm sorry. Anyway, one great thing is that we have this awesome friend who has been sort of keeping our spirits up. She's just amazing. And I will also have a link to a project she's working on. She's doing this great big project with a bunch of other people, and I will just link that, the information down below. And if I for some reason forget to do that, please remind me so I can put it in there. So I was very, back to the picture, I was very, very light with how I did his skin. I didn't want to go overboard because most of my mid skin tones are very yellow, and I wanted to bring some peach and pink to the picture instead of like leaving it a very yellow tone. I wanted that amount of contrast, and it's not a lot of contrast, but there is some there. As for like the way he's sitting, I just absolutely love how he's sitting with one leg bent toward the other. It's just a really fun pose, and I don't get to do this pose that often. And the last time I think I did it, I messed it up in a really big way, so I'm actually really happy that it seems to have worked out this time. And right now you can see me starting to work on his hair, and I had it very solid, you know, very planned out where I was going to go with this. And about right here, I decided, well, it looks so planned. So I added little curls and squiggles and, like, you know, little escaped hairs. Basically, oh, well, he's taking his hair down after a long day and it's sort of everywhere. And it was just so much fun. It was like, I felt some freedom doing that, even if it's not perfect. And I've been doing that a lot. I've been doing a lot of practice lately, pushing myself, and a lot of the fun of practice comes from letting myself not be perfect. Anyway, we're sort of drawing near the end of the video now, and I can't think of very much more to say. I had a great deal of fun doing this piece. I'd love to know if y'all have any sort of topics that I should discuss, challenges I should do, ideas for recurring features, anything like that. I really want to get this channel consistent as fast as I can, but it may still be a little while. And we may be looking at a move soon, so I'm not sure how long that's going to take. Anyway, I just want to say I'm very happy for, like, everyone who's watching this, everyone who's stayed around. I know it's been forever, and I know I didn't have very many viewers before, but I'm hoping to change that. Now that I've got a better camera set up, now I've got better lighting, I just want everything to go so much better. And yeah, this was recorded at night. I should say that right now. This piece was recorded at night both times, just because of how I felt during the day was not very well. So hopefully I'll be able to get some daylight recording done soon. And yeah, you can see I'm starting the inking here, and the footage is going to cut out here in a few minutes. Well, not a few minutes, but about a minute of me inking. But this was just basically the last little details. Inking his hair, inking his clothes, and getting him ready, because he's pretty much done at this point. And it was just so much fun doing this piece. I absolutely loved it. I fell in love with him. I fell in love with the succulent on the back, and it's so nice to be at a point in my art where I can fall in love with it as I do it. Because I've struggled with that for the longest time. Anyway, we are coming up on the end, and I just wanted to thank everyone for being here and watching this, and I just hope you have the most wonderful day. So just take care, keep drawing, have fun, always have fun. And goodbye! I'll talk to y'all later.